Oh boy, so I made one of the most rookie beach clean mistakes that you can. Hey guys, we are back for hopefully another beach clean adventure. I wanted to try something a little bit different today because the weather has been finally really nice, and I have been scouting out some beaches on the map. And when I say map, I just mean Google, that I haven't been to so far. I like to get out and do some exploring, do some adventuring now and then, try to find new spots, new locations where, again, because they might not be as obvious, there might be different sorts of trash there or just more trash. You just never know until you check them out. One of the things about finding new spots is that it can sort of be challenging due to all sorts of conditions in terms of how these spots are organized. And what I mean by that is, are they run by towns? Are they run by the county? Are they run by state? Where I live, it's pretty bougie in some areas here, so it can be kind of difficult because a lot of the nice little secret beaches that you might stumble across are town parking permit only or village parking permit only, and they will give tickets. There's one right by me that I actually, a few videos ago, I actually hiked to from my house because it was actually a county park, but I knew that there's only 5 or 6 spots, I think, there, and even when I walked down that way, I could see that where people had parked along the road, where it said no parking outside of those normal 5 or 6 spots, which filled up really quickly, they all had tickets. The town or whatever village constables or whoever are like sharks trying to give out tickets down there. And so there's a lot of places like that. So you really sort of need to scope out what the situation is for each individual beach-like parking location. I think these might be village ones too, so this could be pretty tricky, so this might not even end up being a video. And sometimes, again, you can park on the street, but you have to be really careful where there are signs that say no parking. And even if aren't signs, there might be one up the road or something where it's sort of like, okay, well, just because you didn't see it doesn't mean they're not going to try to give you a ticket, because they might assume, well, what are the odds that this person's going to come all the way to town hall to contest this ticket? So it's really a case-by-case basis. I mean, I see a spot sort of right there on some grass where I could park, but I would imagine I might get in trouble for that, and I'm not looking to pay $70 tickets at this point in my life. So I have to be really careful how I approach these new beach areas and where I can sort of park. So let's drive around a bit, and hopefully I can pull up to some places where we can park and maybe do some cleaning at some new spots. So I actually found a nice little sort of pier type thing here, but there's actually not that much trash, so I don't think we're gonna really stop here. And again, there's a little sign right over here. I don't know exactly the parking situation right here, but there's a sign that says it's a town park, which, again, you sort of need to know the situation. I have a town parking pass, so I could park here if these are in fact legal spaces. But again, the other component to the equation is whether or not there's actual trash to collect. And actually, there's not much of a shore even here to walk down. And what there is looks pretty muddy, and again, it looks pretty clean overall. So we're going to keep driving and see if there's any other spots nearby. But this is good to know. Here's one that I didn't know about, and now I can sort of mark it on my own map, because of course I have a map I keep at home to keep track of this stuff. So let's keep driving and see what else we can find. So I found another beach that, well, it's kind of a secret beach and it's kind of not. All right, let's get it in view here, sort of. I don't know if you can see it with the glare, but anyways, yeah, funny story about this beach. So I recently moved to the town next door to the town where I was living, and the harbor sort of is in between our two towns, and so the town where I'm from, I could park at and clean and also kayak out from. And sometimes I would kayak across the harbor to this town-only beach for the town next door. And I very clearly remember sometimes rowing up, because I had tried to park here before to clean or just to hang out, and people come around, the constables or whoever, and tell you, oh, sorry, you gotta get out. So I was always a little salty about that. And I would start just kayaking here, and some of the looks you would get from some of the bougie-like figures who sometimes frequent this beach were pretty priceless, especially with how vagabondy I looked in my stained kayak with, you know, just me. And that was the great thing. I could kayak right up to this beach where people were sunbathing and stuff and just kind of roll out. And, you know, if nobody ever said anything to me, because I think they realized if they did, I would just get back into the kayak and slowly slip away. So I do live in this town now, though, next door. So I realized I have a town sticker. So I can park here now, and I can check it out to do some cleaning. So I'm going to go for a stroll, and you guys are invited. And I don't know. I haven't gotten to really check out this place in quite some time for the reasons I said. So, again, you change just one town over, all of a sudden all these new places open up, which is kind of cool. So let's check it out. Let's see if we can find any trash. Oh boy, so I made one of the most rookie beach clean mistakes that you can, which is why I'm a little winded right now, which is I got so excited at finding this new beach that I said to myself, okay, just gonna go do some exploring, maybe we'll find some trash, who knows, because you can't really see much at this beach in terms of how far it goes. It just kind of looks like a little bit of the inside part of a harbor. And lo and behold, as I started going around, as I'm sure you've seen by the video montage I've since put together, it goes pretty far, and it wound up being about a probably 2-mile hike round trip. Now, while that might not sound like a whole lot, and it really isn't for somebody like me who's constantly hiking anyways, geez, did it wind up being long, because as I'm deliriously stumbling on my words now, I made the rookie mistake of forgetting to bring my little water thing, which I'd planned to get there to the end of the beach where it ended at the mouth of the harbor, and I said, well, I have this little, I don't know, 4 or 5 ounce water bottle for short hikes, which is usually enough. I said, I'll wait till I get there, chug this, and then I'll be good till I get back, and then I can get home and get more water. Usually a pretty solid plan. Until, of course, you get to the end of the harbor and realize that you forgot this in your car, because subconsciously I was heading out of my car thinking, oh, okay, I'm just going to do a little bit of exploring, not going far. And it didn't even cross my mind that I left this in my car. Again, that's not a huge deal this time of year. It's been pretty cool. It's only about 60 degrees Fahrenheit out. But in another month or two, when it's 70, 80, 90 degrees, that can be actually pretty dangerous. I mean, I have friends who I've gone beach cleaning with who had to tap out because they were, about to get heat stroke or something and pass out, especially my fairer skinned friends. So if you're not prepared for these little things, it can actually wind up being quite dangerous in some ways. So this is why I always talk about the importance of really preparing and over preparing. I should probably be keeping extra water in my car. Again, I do this so often, not a big deal. I kind of knew that it could only go so far this beach. And if anything did happen, like if I got dehydrated and, started falling over, keeling over, there's houses all along here and people, so I would be fine. But there's more remote stretches of beach where maybe not so much. If you're isolated, you can really wind up getting in trouble sometimes. So you always want to prepare. This is why I say you always want to go out beach cleaning with somebody else. But again, it wasn't so bad today. Kind of the perfect beach clean temperature around 60 degrees because your body heats up, especially with the sun out, and you wind up, I went down from my jacket to just this t-shirt, so it was all right. But it just reminded me to be a little more vigilant maybe than I've been being, because I get lazy when there's not really extreme weather conditions much. But yeah, my point being, I wound up exploring probably about a mile all the way down and then a mile back. So it was quite the trip, actually. It turned out to be quite the trip, more so than I expected. So you always want to prepare for those instances. But the good news is I discovered a new spot and I got a couple pounds of trash, which I probably could have collected a lot more if I wanted to stay out there. But alas, I ran out of water because I didn't have any. So yeah. We got some goodies here. Let's take a look at some of them. All right. Our first interesting find today. We got pipe, because who doesn't want some pipe? I found a couple pieces of pipe, actually, plasticky type pipes. So that's interesting. Really, just a lot of other typical stuff. Candy bar wrappers. Been finding a lot of these lately. Snickers, I think, here. Found some Skittles. Yum. I think if we want to put that together with our drink, our featured beer today on Beach Clean Adventures is, of course, a good old Budweiser. And, if you're going to find beer or have a beer on the beach, why not go with the classic, right? So I found a couple of those. And, yeah, really just typical other stuff. Still finding a lot of straws. Fewer straws than I used to, but they're still out there, still causing trouble. Some lids. I like this find, a little shovel, so I can dig through to find more stuff if I wanted to. It actually could come in handy. I actually might sanitize this and hold on to this. I don't know if I will really use it, but it's kind of cute. I don't know. Maybe something just to have as a sort of gag. What else? Yeah, some bubble wrap. I'm getting sand in my car, like I've shown you in previous episodes. I don't know. Again, a lot of people think a lot of this trash just comes from people throwing it on the beach. But like I say, a lot of it comes from storm drains and runoff. And that's how you get bubble wrap and stuff that tips over out of garbage pails and winds up running off into the ocean. But my favorite find today are, of course, lotto tickets. And yes, I did check them. And guess what? We are still losers. But the good news is you are a loser with me watching my beach clean trash treasures. So maybe next time, maybe one day we'll find winning lotto tickets. You never know. But actually, I don't think I checked the second one. Wait. No, we lost. I can't do math. My mistake. Yeah, so those are just some of the treasures. And again, all found at a new beach that I didn't know was here, which is pretty cool. So my point with this video is just to sort of reiterate that fact. You never know what new spots you can find if you really got to go out and look and do some exploration. I say start by looking up your town or county parks departments and see what locations they have on the maps, and you'd be surprised at what little treasures you can find in terms of locations. And plenty of trash of this one. I will definitely be coming back here, whether via my kayak or parking in this spot, which I legally can now because I am a town resident. And in fact, as I said earlier, as I was coming back to my car, of course, there was a constable there just sitting, waiting to give tickets or kick people out who don't have the little parking sticker. So I don't have a ticket because I have the sticker, so I'm good to go. So yeah, you want to kind of look up what you can do with these new spots, and I like to think the ducks appreciate it because they seem happy with our work. They're chilling right over there. So thanks so much for watching. We'll have, as I discover more locations around here, some more beach treasure cleaning adventures, and hopefully some with new spots which will yield new items, new treasures. So check back for that. I know I've gotten some really nice comments and feedback on the last couple beach clean treasures. So please, yeah, subscribe if you're not, for more of these. You know, share with anybody who you think might enjoy, and let me know about your own adventures and your own finds, because I'm always looking for the next tip or trick with beach cleaning, of which, if you've seen any of my videos, there are plenty more. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, like I say, see you on the beach soon. Well, I hope to see you on the beach soon. Well, maybe I'll see you on the beach soon. Come on out to the beach. It's fun. It's a good time. If the weather's nice, come beach clean with me. But until then, take care.